down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to
of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So that challenge, a successful one.
Out of the gun now on third down. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Here's a 2nd and 7. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. 23 yards the pickup there. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
He kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
2nd and 2.
Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season.
And the Steamers are on the board here in the final minute of the first half.
The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room.
Full half to be played. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Back out comes this offense now late in this first half. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead.
First play of the drive there is incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They'll throw now on the final play. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. We'll begin up at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. And it's the Chiefs who have the lead in the second quarter. The Chiefs trying to hold on and claim victory. From there, we head on over to Wisconsin to check on the Packers at home at Lambeau Field. And they trail in that ball game to the visiting Seattle Seahawks. Corey Davis, a touchdown reception. Finally, we finish at MetLife Stadium to see what's going on with the Jets. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting 49ers who are out in front. The Niners locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
54 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Looking to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Second and 5. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Blues take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the third quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 23. This taken in at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
They go right back to the ground here, and Brown. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. He's going deep for Brown. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he will bring this all the way up to the 30-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Wide open receiver complete. And he's tackled at the 38, but they doubled their yardage. The play started at the 19, and they gained 19.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. He's going to keep this again. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down. And it's caught. Touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Blues are an extra point away from going up by 30. Well, we know he has decent hands out of the backfield. That's the first time, Charles, they've targeted him in the passing game, and it pays dividends.
And I love the design, too, because they kept him in the backfield, made the defense think run first before they swung him out of there. And you're right, with his hands, they might want to throw it to him just a little bit more.
Now for the point after. And the lead is now an even 30. That time a 9-play drive. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken in at the 3. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Here's Memphis to once again go on offense. This one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And he's got room. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 64 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a throw here, hauled in. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Shotgun handoff to Brown here. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like it.
And it's caught. Touchdown. A 24-yard touchdown.
And the Steamers get a bit closer.
Well, the lost sleep that the defensive coordinator had all week preparing for this game, a good portion of it was trying to prepare for him because he's absolutely a phenomenal player.
And a lot of times around the goal line, they know it's going to him. It's just so hard to stop.
And that's where it really becomes difficult, because you're exactly right. They know it's going to him, yet they still can't stop it. That tells you when you're a dominant player.
Point after try forthcoming. Now that shaves a bit off the lead. It's now a 23-point game. So that drive in total 8 plays. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home, because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Back to throw now on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and that will bring up second down. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw.
Well, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time.
And now here is another interception. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Boy, they get him yet again, Charles. 5 interceptions in this game. You rarely see this, maybe a couple of times in a season, but this defense, they've been fantastic.
It's certainly an example of watching a defense that is in the zone, right? We use that term so often, but most of the time it's for people who are on offense. In this case, it's a defense as a whole, all locked in with each other, all ready to go.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Now a throw here on second down, and that's complete.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme.
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up third down.
And if we go back to the last series, remember, their coverage allowed them to get a turnover in the last drive, a takeaway, and that helped contribute to a sack on this one. I think maybe his quarterback's a little bit hesitant. Last time he turned it over, now he sees his zone coverage a little bit slow to get rid of the football.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
They'll try to run this one in. And pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. They'll try to run this one in. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Not able to get a single yard there, and it'll bring up 3rd down. He'll try to run this one in. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Blues get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. So the second down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
Extra point forthcoming. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
2nd and 1. And that is incomplete here. And this offense on 3rd down today, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Just to pick up a 3, but that is indeed enough.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame work.
Yeah.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle here to Brown.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Back to throw again. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
They'll look to throw again.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
I think the defenders have to feel pretty good. Even though the ball was tipped in the air and could have become a big play for the offense, they actually won one because the guy flinging it today, he's having quite the performance. A couple of touchdown passes, almost threw his first interception, but he's throwing it so well that I think Lady Luck was on his side.
And the throw there going to be incomplete. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He finds his man, complete. That's Spencer. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline, because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
So a roughing the passer penalty, never one that you like to see.
Not at all, and especially when you're in that final push of the season. You can't afford to get your quarterback hurt before the playoffs roll around, and we know they'll be here before you know it.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Here's a give to Brown. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. 3rd and goal. Try to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. He'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and as a result, possession switches hands. They kept it in the air on 4th, Charles. They ran on 1st and 2nd down, tried it through the air on 3rd and 4th. Couldn't come away with anything on 4th and goal.
And remember, in these situations, the field is really condensed. Everything is squeezed tight. So as a defender, you can actually take more chances here because they won't have as much time to throw the football, and a receiver really can't run past you. If they do, they run out the back of the end zone. Nice job by the D, shutting them down.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 105 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. 1st down. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh, my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Here's a give up the middle. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it could be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he finds a man with a crossing route. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. And just a yard to go here on 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That play gets them 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal. They'll look to throw here. And he fires one that's intercepted.
And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. They'll come out throwing here on first down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll bring up second down. They'll set up to throw. And he can't escape, and down he goes. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third.
You can almost see all the defenders rubbing their hands together with glee because we all know they relish the chance to bring down a quarterback of his caliber. Anyone who brings him down has plenty to talk about. Not just a sack, but a big win built off the efforts of this defense.
The offense on third down, they've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 14. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And this is picked up by the defense. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Blues add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. What a game it's been for him in the backfield, Charles, as he pounds it into the end zone yet again.
Yeah, and he hits the end zone one more time, and his blockers cleared all those lanes. Before the snap, they called for the heavy unit, right? 3 tight ends coming on the field, and they got the job done clearing the way.
Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Got a man. It's Brown. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. He'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up a 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down.
Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it.
He'll look underneath and finds Brown. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's got a man, complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd. And that throw there going to put him over 4,000 yards passing now for the season, maybe strengthening his MVP consideration.
And you figure with still a handful of games left to play, 5,000 yards is not totally out of the realm of possibility. The way he is playing, I think he's going to get there.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look